What's happening, guys? Welcome to Market Recap. Gonna do some recap today and what I'm seeing as far as tomorrow. Market look like you want to do some crazy stuff as far as pulling back. So I'm gonna go into that with you guys now. As far as what we got going on tomorrow, Fed Chair Powell is supposed to be speaking tomorrow at 8:30. We got a couple of news coming in as well. So 10 o'clock, we have news coming in, Richmond Manufacturer Index. That's going to be in. So those are the two things that are coming in tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to have uh, existing home sales. But tomorrow, we're expecting some type of move in the market for tomorrow. Now, with how the market's set up right now going into tomorrow morning, um, I'm looking for a pullback. Now, I might be crazy, but how the market's set up, I'm definitely looking for a pullback as far as for a trade. And I'm going to show you guys why. I'm going to show you the stock that I'm looking at trading tomorrow. Now, if you didn't see Sunday Signal, I called out three trades. Two played out today. So we're looking for the third one, which is Tesla. Tesla gapped up and went up. But again, I don't trade gaps, so I didn't get Tesla on the way up. We have earnings coming in on Tesla, and I'm looking for Tesla to probably retest that 350 area, but I won't play it as far as earnings because again, that to me would be gambling. So before anything is said, this is not financial advice. So if you want financial advice or if you want some get rich quick scheme, go to Vegas and go play some poker or something. Go to the casino, but that's not where you're gonna get all this stuff. Now, guys, with that said, today uh, we did three trades. Two trades. We did two trades today. I bust a trade at the last minute as far as the third one. Did 40% on that one as far as the trade that I'm going to talk about. Now, today, the first trade we did was Apple trade right out the gate. And right out the gate, once I saw Apple broke above the day, I was all in for Apple. And then on the weekly, we saw this pullback and then we broke the weekly. So once we broke the weekly, I was in, right? Because I was bullish on Apple for this week. And with that said, we did 118% in a little under 15 minutes on this play right here. If you look at the 15-minute candle this morning, we took this all the way up and then a little bit out of that, continue up and then sold off right there. So great trade on Apple this morning. We saw the setup, we took the setup. That's all in preparation, guys. When you prepare yourself and you know the trades that you're looking for. Now, there's a lot of trades that went off that I was really, really looking forward to taking. But at the end of the day, you can't take all trades, and I limit myself to 3 trades per day. Okay. Now, with Apple trade being 100% right out the gate, I didn't even want to trade anymore because my profit was good for the day. But either way, I went into another setup, which this is one of the call outs that I talked about. If you look at the financial sector, so XLF, if you look at the financial sector, as far as the weekly concern, now we have a pullback later on today. But as far as the weekly, that was a beautiful setup as far as for a hammer to go to the upside. Okay. So with that said, I was like, all right, once we break above here, I'm looking to take calls, right? So we took calls based on that for BA. Okay. So BA have the same exact setup, perfect hammerhead on BA. Not BA, sorry, but I was doing that same thing in the live today. I was doing that same thing in the live today, but not BA, but Bank of America, BAC, right? Once we saw the gap up, I did not trade the gap up. I waited for the pullback. Once it pulled back and closed the gap, I really wanted to take it right when it bounced off of here, but I wanted to wait. And then once I waited, came back up, took it to the upside, and we got 80% on this trade today. All right, we got 80% trade on this one today. I cut some at 46, cut the rest at 80% at the top. So that was a great trade as far as for BAC. Another setup that we saw. Now, this is one thing that I looked at, and I said to everyone as well with BAC, we have a gap right here that needed to be filled. So this gap right here needed to be filled. Where was it? Right here. That's where it ended. So that gap right there needed to be filled, right? There was a gap down, right? So we gap down right here, came up and closed. So the gap, sorry. Let me fix this real quick. So there was a gap down. So because I saw the gap down, I was like, all right, right here, we know that we're gonna test the gap. Okay. So once we come up, test that gap, and we go inside, we start taking profit. There's people inside the live that was taking profit right as soon as we touch the gap. They were taking profit as soon as they touch the gap, because the rejection off the gap, which you could see we came back down off that the test of the gap, right? Another one, because the financials went off, we also look into uh where is it, JP Morgan. So JP Morgan as well. Now with this one, I did not call out in the live group, but I did took it afterwards. I did took it afterwards. This trade I took afterwards. On the break of here, took it up and did like 40% on this trade. And then as you could see, I have an alert right here to take it, but I didn't like how it was looking as far as the candles itself. It looked like it was exhausted all the way up here. And when I saw that start happening right up here, I was like, all right, it's time to get out. So I got out and then take profit right at that. And then we start falling the rest of the day. So that was a great trade as well. Um, so yeah, those were the three trades that I took today. No over trading for me as far as that. I normally take three trades and that's it. But there was a lot of good setups. One of them that I talked about and I'm still bullish on is Google. Okay, Google is very bullish to the upside, and I think Google should possibly go to 200. Everything already hit their all-time highs. Google right now have earnings on Wednesday, so you might see Google push into earnings and probably keep that momentum up to $200, right? Which is gonna be the psych level. So Google, you could pay attention to Google as well. Now for tomorrow, guys, real simple. I love the setup on this stock for tomorrow, and it's gonna be SPY. Very simple setup. I love the setup. Now, based on what I'm seeing right now, as far as with um, let's look at ES, right? So based on what I'm looking at right now with ES, remember, right now the market is going up. That's fine, completely fine. It could go up all at once. But we reject off of this resistance area right here, right? We reject off that line right there. And I'm looking for a break to back to the downside. Now, there's a couple things that can happen that can make this continue. We are at all-time highs. We did hit a psych level, so I'm looking for some type of pullback, right? Remember, we're not gonna go straight up. Also, you have a bearish divergence set up on the day. Okay, so you have a bearish divergence set up on the day. It just needs to confirm that bearish divergence. Now, how is it going to confirm that bearish divergence? It have to break this low. Okay, once it break the day low, then we are confirmed as far as a bearish divergence. Now, this setup is going to be a little bit different than SPY is, but as you could see, we have a higher high and price action, and we have a lower high as far as on the indicator. So we have the same setup. when you look at SPY, we have that same setup. So if you look right here, we reject that line twice now. We reject that line. So we come up, test that line, reject. We came up, try to close above it, came back down and closed below that line. So right now, how this is looking, I'm really hoping that price don't gap down tomorrow, because I don't like trading gaps. And you guys know that already. I don't like trading gaps. What I would like to see is a potential gap up a little bit and come up and reject off this line. So while everybody think that price is probably going to continue to push, I'm looking for price to go up, of course, hit off this resistance line and reject. Once we break right here, which I'm going to put my thing right there. Once we break right there, then I'm all set for push tomorrow. And my targets going to be real simple. First target is going to be right here at 2650, followed by 25. 25 is going to be that psych level, right? We can come all the way back down. Again, we have a bearish divergence setup on SPY. Okay, so we have higher highs that we're making on SPY, but we also have lower highs that we're creating on the indicator. Okay, so that tells us that we're setting up for a bearish divergence, but we need to see a break to the downside. We need to see some kind of reversal to the downside for us to confirm any type of bearish divergence. So that's the stock that I'm looking at for tomorrow, guys. Real simple play. Um, if it doesn't happen, then there's gonna be other stuff. Now, I do have my live Discord that I call Plays Out in. You guys could come over and check the Discord. As far as for the Discord, our profit flex today, people, I mean, Apple did great. Someone made $3,000 in Apple today, on the Apple call out. Bank of America, look at this right here, 1,600 on Bank of America. So you could see this was the 46% that I showed as far as Bank of America, and then the 118% on Apple, right? But people in here making profits, simple. It doesn't mean that everybody have to have crazy amount of money. Everybody trade with different amount. But one thing is, we want to make sure that we're taking great trades, great setups, and we're taking profit. I'm all about taking profit. While someone might say, listen, you know what? Take it and ride it all the way up. Now, imagine if you had look at SPY and be like, oh, I'm going to take SPY all the way up. Well, SPY pull back. What if you say, oh, I'm going to take JP Morgan all the way up? Oh, JP Morgan pulled back down. So now when you were in 40% profit, now you wouldn't be in profit. Now you'll be losing money, right? When you were in profit, if you were in Bank of America and up 80%, now you would be down. So those are the things that I always mention to people. This is options. This is not Forex. This is not futures, where you could say, all right, I'm going to put my target here. I know exactly what I'm making. I'm going to put my stop loss here. This is exactly what I'm losing. That's not the case with options. So you want to make sure that you're taking profits with options, because what's working against you when without anything else, time is working against you with options, versus time does not work against you when it comes with Forex or with futures. All right. So with that said, guys, make sure you tap in my Discord. Link is going to be in the descriptions. If you have anything, all I'm asking for you guys, if the information is valuable, go ahead, give me a like, and also comment and let me know if I'm doing stuff right, and also let YouTube know I'm doing something right as well. With that said, guys, hope y'all have a safe trading day tomorrow. Remember, again, Powell speak tomorrow at 8:30. So be on the lookout for the volatility in the market tomorrow. All right, guys, y'all have a good one.